out of talent, hanging out with Juwan and Marquez earlier, and wrecked my knee. Just sometimes you just need to make sure you know where your skill set is and leave it there. What y'all got?
A lot of talk about Jared Garantano right now, and whether he's going to start, or maybe he should be benched. What's kind of the process of that as a quarterback? What do you think he's going through?
I'm sure he's going out every day and working as hard as he can, just like he always would, and I guarantee you he's preparing like it's his job still. That's what he should do. And it's been a tough season around here, so there's a lot of question marks, and right now that quarterback situation is just one of them. But he's a very talented young man. I mean, he really is. So if I'm him, I'm going out there to make sure it's still my job.
I know we're only 16 games into the Pruitt era. There's been a lot of turnover in the coaching staff, but at this point, is it still fair to tell this fan base that they need to be patient and not?
I'll tell you what I think. I think it's unfair for those of us who are not inside the walls and don't have the context on what's happening to question someone's job. We can maybe, like, not we, got folks like Marcus and Tim who know the game inside and out, who played it at the highest level, can maybe suggest this or maybe perceive this or that. But unless we're in those meetings every day, we're in that locker room, we know what it feels like in there. I just think that, like, you look at Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops needed 6 seasons to win 10 games at Kentucky, and because he was afforded that time to grow a program his way, they had that kind of year. And in today's college football and in today's major sports, period, we just want instant gratitude. We want it now. And you know, a fan base like Tennessee that's so proud and is so accustomed to excellence, I can see why there's some of that lack of patience, some of that impatience. But if we're not inside, we don't really know.
What was your take on Fulmer coming out and publicly endorsing Pruitt?
My take is that it's exactly what he said. And I don't know this, but I think it might be what I said a moment ago about time. It's hard to win in this league. And when you're trying to mold a program the way that you want it, it's going to take time. And like, so many players have left, and so many players, there's just been, you talked about the coaching staff, like there's just been so much change. It takes time. And in our society, we don't want to offer it. And we should. It's a performance-based business, and it ain't an easy one.
You were talking about Juwan and Marquez earlier, spent a little time with those guys. What stands out to you most about them, personality-wise and on the field?
They're wonderful human beings, first of all. I can't speak highly enough about the way I feel about them as people. They're obviously really good football players, both of them, but they're lights in the world. I got to know Marquez last year. He and I did a couple things last year when I was here for the Alabama game, and I love him. And I had not met Juwan before. I just met him today, and they have that amazing chemistry together, busting each other's chops, having a great time. And T was with us as well, and I love him too. So, you know, that told me a lot, to be honest. It kind of told me where morale is, because if it's all like, if I don't know that they're going to have the approach they had with me and the attitude that they have with me if the sky is falling. So that's my take on those two. I couldn't possibly speak high enough about them.
Obviously, after the 1-3 start, some of Tennessee's goals they won't reach this year, but realistically, kind of down the stretch, what do you think is some things Tennessee could achieve this year?
Still got some tough games ahead of them, man. This one on Saturdays, tough. I mean, Georgia could win the national title. They're really good everywhere. Alabama is their offense is just an embarrassment of riches. They have so much talent. Their perimeter talent is maybe the best in the country, and Tua might be the best player in the country. It's not getting any easier. I think at this point, maybe if we're talking about the quarterback situation, do you really start prep for what you could build in the future? I don't envy anybody in the SEC. It's just such a hard league, and the East is better this year. Florida's really good. You guys saw that. I mean, Florida put it on Tennessee. Georgia's really, really good. Missouri's playing better after they had a setback to open the season against Wyoming. So, and the West is crazy good. I mean, that side of the league's insane. It's gonna be hard for them, bro.
You mentioned it a few times. Pruitt has mentioned it a few times as well. Tennessee's talent level just not maybe on par with some of the other programs in the SEC. Aside from talent, what else is kind of holding Tennessee back from being the team that they want to be?
Well, I think that's a big part of it. Recruiting's so important, and getting great players in here, and then developing those players. That's what the best programs do. You look at who are the standard-bearing programs right now: Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, etc. They get them in there, and then they develop them over time, and that's what he hopes to do here. It's hard, man. It's just so hard, and I know that my philosophy on time may just be so old school because it is such a performance-based business. You got to win, and that's what the fans expect. It's what the media expects. It's what we all expect. But in a lot of cases, it's irrational thought. And like again, I go back to Stoops. That's like to me, that is the modern, consummate example of administration believes in this guy. Obviously, players are responding to this guy. They're chipping away at it. And then they have this 10-win year where they beat Penn State in the Citrus Bowl or whatever it was. And sent a bunch of guys to the NFL, too. So, with some time, that's what needs to happen.
Piggybacking on a little bit of irrational thought, Pete Newell of Yahoo Sports wrote an article guaranteeing almost that Fulmer would step down and coach his team by the end of the season. What was your reaction when you saw that?
Well, Philip says no, as we saw. He says, I think he said, my coaching days are done. Didn't he say that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't expect it. It's hard to say never in anything these days, right?
If Tennessee were to come out and shock the country and pull off the upset,
dude,
how much would that negate the first 4 weeks?
If that happens, it's going to send shockwaves through college football in a very big way. I certainly don't expect it. I don't think any of us expect it. It would be a seismic shift if that were to happen. It would be seismic. Good?
So,
How about that for $100 word for you?
Thank you.